The Chartered Institute of Personnel Management Members Cooperative Multipurpose Society recently marked its first anniversary at the CIPM headquarters in Lagos. It was an opportunity for members to connect and get full updates on the activities of the cooperative and the impact made so far. Dr. Funke Medun, president of the cooperative, gave an overview of the activities so far and opportunities ahead. Mr. Olusegun Mojeed, FCIPM, the outgoing president and chairman of the council, CIPM, commended the cooperative's leadership for their hard work and dedication and charged the members to explore investment opportunities in viable ventures.
So we're having that, that at the back of my mind. After that, I've gone ahead to found another cooperative society that is doing very well today. The Cooperative Society we started as the Cooperative Society of V-Mobile, then we became of Celtel, of Zain, and I think they are now Cooperative Society of Airtel, and they are in money, in stinking money. So I'm really very proud of them. Some time ago, the current president called me and said, okay, I'm now the president of the cooperative. So wonderful. I said, you have not forgotten me. It's not possible that my name is there as a... When I founded it, I didn't become the president. I didn't. We went out to look for president. So the same thing we did on this one. And Funke's name came very strongly and strongly recommended too. And we thank God that she has not disappointed. So once again, Dr. Funke Medun, we thank you very much for taking up this assignment. Really for taking up this assignment. It's not that far, it's not different from what we do at the CIPM. Volunteering work, all true. That's what these executives have decided to do for us. And in this case, they can't smell the money. It's just, it can't be like the case of those boys in the factory. We didn't know, we just trusted them and we slept off. Nobody is sleeping off this time around though. So, I want to say thank you. Madam President, it didn't just come. We are celebrating 1 year anniversary. It didn't just come 1 year ago. The idea must have come immediately we came in, but we are having issues. We started with, can we join it with the staff cooperative? I know, Big Guy is here. And the staff people, Yari, they correctly Yari that, no, we don't want you, we want our own to stand. That is what they told me. They know they fear. They said we should go and form our own. So we took some time in looking at that and so on and so forth. Eventually, and like I said, I didn't do these things alone. And I will seize this moment to recognize Henry Onuapo, MCIPM. I told them my vision. I told them what I did in V-Mobile. How many of you remember V-Mobile? So, and I said, we can do it as part of our, I don't call it value proposition. I call it value actualization.
The meeting featured a brief presentation on the organization's financial state and testimonies by members on their experience as cooperative members. Mr. Olusegun Mojeed, Mrs. Oluwatoyin Naiwo, FCIPM, Registrar and Chief Executive of the CIPM, and Dr. Funke Medun speak further on the value of the cooperative.
The idea for me, immediately I became president, I shared with my leadership. The leadership that has Henry Onuapo, the leadership that has Chidiube JC, the leadership that has even the HQ. And then we thought of the ideas. Before you know it, we look around, we brought the state government into it and so on. Boom. Here we are with the cooperative. Yes, it's been a kind of teething starting, but the cooperative is marching on. I'm sure they are bound to do well. The cooperative has come to say is independent from the governance structure of the CIPM. And then we looked around and we thought who should be the inaugural president, and we found Funke Medun, Dr. Funke Medun, very worthy of taking charge, and then the other members were elected. There is a board of trustees, of course, which I'm currently the chairman. By the grace of God, that is part of what I'm going to hand over to the incoming president at the appropriate time. So the cooperative is for our members. This is the one for our members. I think the employees have their own, but this one is for our members. So once you are up to date as a member, you join the cooperative and save for the future.
The cooperative society was set up as part of what we call a membership value proposition. Some people call it membership value actualization. And it's really to support our members in different areas, most especially in the financial area. We are all aware of the fact that Nigeria is very challenging economically at this point in time. However, we thought if we have a society where our members can come together, make contributions, and are able to have a stronger purchasing power to reach those areas or be able to afford those services that they would not normally be able to afford on their own, then what a brilliant opportunity. It also helps in terms of membership. When people know that there's a value, this is just one of the values of being members of CIPM. When people know that there's a value to being a member of CIPM, which is one of this, and I have an opportunity to make my own contributions and actually gain from those contributions, which obviously is a financial monetary contribution, then they would feel more aligned with what the Institute represents. Obviously, we encourage our members to do the same in their various organizations. So we know a lot of organizations have their own cooperative societies, again, to empower their employees financially and in other areas as well. So actually, it's not just the financial, it's also the networking opportunities for them to learn from each other, glean from each other, knowledge, share experiences on various areas of life, including their careers, including their financial investments. So I think for CIPM, this was a step in the right direction, especially for our members. So I'm quite excited that we're 1 year down the line, we're celebrating the existence of the CIPM Multipurpose Cooperative Society.
Talking to what mechanisms the cooperative has put in place to ensure transparency and to ensure that members have confidence in the management. When we started, first thing they did was to look for the caliber of people that have track records that they can trust, to even get, it was only, what we had was just an idea. No template, we've not seen who has done it before, It was just an idea, so framework, nothing. So we went to work, and that was how we started. Then one of the frameworks we put in place for governance was to also ensure that we have a board of trustees. So this board of trustees are beyond the executive management of the cooperative. They are from the institute. So, and they are the leadership. A lot of them are from the leadership of the institute. So they ensure that we're not just running. If you heard what the CIPM president said when we were inside, that they are not going to look away, because they don't want stories that touches for our members. So we have that in place. Then we are guided by the bylaw. The Lagos State Ministry of Commerce, Cooperative Trade and Investment also have bylaws or standard that guides how cooperatives are supposed to run in Lagos State and even Nigeria as a whole. So we have bylaws that also guide and are there. So for us, you see that though we are not due for AGM, but we ensure that we always have our accounts in place. So every time we come for meetings every month, we talk to the members, we let them know what their accounts are saying. So we are very transparent. On their portal, they can go and see what their monies are being placed on. It's self-service portal. And even on our 1 year anniversary, we did an audit and we presented a full financial report for the members. One of the things that we would do, because we have different platforms, we have a general platform and we have a bona fide members platform. We make every account details available for them. They're free to ask questions. You see, cooperative is one man, one vote. You see, our cooperative. Everybody has a right to make it happen and transparent and make sure that we function and we achieve our common goals.
One of the ambassadors, Dolapo Agbedi, shared how inclusive the cooperative is through the adoption of technology.
Now, one of the best things that has happened for the diversity of competent human resource personnel is the fact that, because we're diverse, and I identify as a blind lady, so the tools that we use to interact and engage in the cooperative are digital. with this digital access, all of us can participate. And one of the feedback that I was very happy to give back to the management team was that the software they've chosen to use for the cooperative members' engagement is totally inclusive. What does that mean for me as a blind cooperative member? It meant that from the beginning of the process to the end of even engaging my backend to either request for a service, ask for feedback, for everything I wanted to do on the portal, it was accessible to me. So from start to finish, I could do it with independence and autonomy with my device with a screen reader. So if I, as a blind cooperative member, can seamlessly do every transaction I want from start to finish digitally, then I encourage everybody to please make sure they're engaging our portal. The management got this one right.
In 1 year, the CIPM members Cooperative Multipurpose Society has already set the pace for how duly registered cooperatives should operate. Under the dynamic leadership of Dr. Funke Medun, the CIPM MCMS is poised to exemplify how cooperatives evolve and add value to their members and society.